So the question to you, Dad, is do you think the Niners defense will be dominant next season when these guys come back?
No, I don't. I think, look, I think it'll be a good defense. Good. Seattle has a great defense. I think it'll be a good defense that will have trouble against really good offenses. By the way, um, I don't consider Seattle a really good offense. I consider the Rams a really good offense and other teams. Um, so maybe Chicago, uh, uh, Denver, really good offense, but actually not Seattle. But no, I think it'll be a good defense, and I'm not sure good is good enough. What about you?
I don't even think they're aiming for dominant. I think, again, the Niners think they're an offensive team. They're probably going to bring in some wide receiver or offensive lineman and try to get by with a youngish defense and like an opportunistic defense. Hey, if we're really scoring well and we have leads, we want a defense that can take the ball away or get sacks. But and that's, I guess, what the Falcons did last year under Raheem Morris, a lot of sacks and interceptions. But he's never, ever in his career coached a dominant defense. Not ever, statistically. So I would think probably not, unless Upton Stout magically becomes an all-pro player or Michael Williams has 15 sacks, which I don't expect.
Well, Dante Whitner went on YouTube and he talked about Raheem Morris. He knows a lot more about him than I do. He said after next season, they'll be looking for another defensive coordinator. It was Whitner, not
Yeah.
me. And I don't have an opinion. I don't know enough about Raheem Morris. I hope he's good.
What I think is so interesting about the NFL and how it goes back and forth between who has upper hand, offense and defense, it felt like for the last 10 years, Kyle and his disciples had the upper hand to a degree. Kyle would melt down for game management stuff, but it seems like he was cutting edge. Did Bill Walsh use that term, cutting edge?
All the time. He used it
Okay.
in this way. This was Bill, and you have to understand, Bill had a hard time praising anyone. Anyone. It's his makeup, all right? And when he would talk to me privately about other coaches, and there were a lot of coaches he said that it's about. Lowell, he's not cutting edge. And I'm not going to say what coaches he said it about, but Lowell, he's not cutting edge, and that meant he's not cutting edge. And Bill was probably right, and it also meant I'm the edge. Isn't that what
Right.
he meant?
No question. And I think
Yeah.
it's fair to say the last 10 years in offense, the cutting edge was Kyle McVay, Andy Reid, Mike McDaniel. A lot of those. Andy Reid's off in his own universe, but it was a lot of Kyle and his friends. They were definitely cutting edge. And I don't think they are anymore. I think they've proliferated their system throughout the league. Half the teams, or more than half the teams, run their system. A lot of smart people have figured out how to run it and do a good job with it. I think the guys who are cutting edge in the NFL right now are defensive coaches like Mike McDonald. Like, what the fuck is he doing over there? Does anyone else do it like him? He seems like he's way beyond everyone else. And the defense in general, the best defenses are way beyond the best offenses right now. And it hasn't been like that in a while.
Iggy, he's younger than you, isn't he?
I think he's maybe 6 months older than me. I think he's born in 87. So
Okay.
he might have been in this. He probably graduated high school in 06, just like me.
He's
He's
a
the
young
third
guy.
youngest coach to ever win a Super Bowl behind McVay and Chuck Noll.
I love that stat. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's a young guy. So what
Yep.
he is he's a young, brilliant guy.
Yep.
He's a young,
who
brilliant
grew up
guy.
watching Kyle Shanahan, who grew up watching Sean McVay, and is now their nemesis.
Yes. He probably looked at them when he was really a nobody and said, I can beat that.
Yeah.
I can
I
beat
get
that.
what they're doing. I can beat
I
that.
can beat that.
And he
I
is.
can beat that. Yeah. You have to give it to him. Iggy, now I take the Rams out of it a little bit, but he looks at Kyle and all the, maybe the guy up in Green Bay and says, I can beat that.
And the way I feel is whoever wins the Super Bowl next year, most likely, will be the team that has the best defense. That's where the league is right now. The Eagles won it last year, and their offense was really high-flying in the Super Bowl, but they didn't give up a point until the fourth quarter or something like that. They won that game with defense. The last two Super Bowl winners have had all-time defenses. All-time defenses. I haven't seen an all-time offense in a while in the NFL.
I was told that when Seifert was the Niners coach, Holmgren was the offensive coordinator. And one time he came to me and said, George, this is my plan against so and so on Sunday. George looked at it and said, I can beat that. Do it again.
Love that.
That's what I was
I
told. I
can
can
beat
beat
that.
that. Do it again. Yeah.